Hi everyone, today we are covering the east side of the greater Houston area. You're not going to want to miss the great content we're dishing out, and it all starts right now. Hey everyone, I'm Amber Moore.
And I'm Bret Wallace, and we're
your Houston Local Guide. Okay, so we're about ready to get into some great content. Before we do, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little notification bell. By now, you know we release a new video every single week. And also, while you're down there, go ahead and grab our phone number and our email. Please feel free to reach out to us. I mean, anytime. We'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
Okay, so again, we're covering the east side of town, Bret. So tell us what, we're going to unfold here.
Okay, so east side, it's west side, just a quarter turn this way, and you got the east side. So we're in Edo right now, which in local parlance, that's eastern downtown. So we're in Edo, which is a new up-and-coming area, which a lot of development has been doing just amazing things over here. So you can see the beautiful downtown on our backdrop, so you know we're downtown Houston.
Exactly.
We're going to be covering Harris County, Chambers County, Liberty County.
Yes.
We'll have some footage further east, but we're starting here and then moving further east. We're going to be covering Houston, Baytown, Channelview, Crosby, Deer Park, and LaPorte.
And we know there's more. So again, we know we can't cover every single thing in one video. And if you have any other additional comments you'd like to share, go ahead and chat with us below. That would be great. And everything that we are covering today, we are going to put links for down below. So definitely check that out afterwards. Okay, so Bret, first up, we got to talk about what's right just around the corner from us. We just ate there. We had to go to the original Ninfa's on navigation. So if you're not familiar with Ninfa's and you're not from here, oh, let me tell you, it's like authentic. It's the original Tex-Mex like coup d'etat. So Mama Ninfa started Ninfa's back in 1973. They started like just making tortillas, and she had this brilliant idea to grill up some, steak and put the meat in the tortilla. It was known as tacos al carbon, which then we came
tacos al carbon would be how I'd say it.
Then we've later called it just fajitas. There's nothing like when that platter comes out and you hear the sizzling meat all around. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to be eating really well. And we like to talk about food, right? So we just had a fantastic lunch over there. Texas Monthly even said back in 2020 that it was the best fajita burger. Best in the entire state. So you want to come out here to the original one. There's also multiple Ninfa's, multiple locations around town.
Yeah, but that was actually the first time I've been to the original location. What? I've been eating Ninfa's my whole life. Yeah, and I literally drive right by there all the time, like one street over. I'm like, that's the one I've always been hearing about. So yeah, it's awesome. Just the venue, like the aesthetics, and just the environment, and kind of just like the ambiance. That's what I was fishing for.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just awesome, and it was really good. Yeah,
it was really good. I had to get my cheese enchiladas. And so right around the corner, actually what we're facing is the original Maxwell Coffee House. It's really cool. You'll see a lot of industry, manufacturing type of, places here on the east side, but we're going to be covering some of that and more. Okay, so Bret, from here, if you go a little further east, like let's say you're going down to LaPorte, you're going to run into the San Jacinto Museum and Monument, right?
Yep, definitely. Again, field trips,
Yeah, there you go.
We were kids. It's, referred to as the 18 minutes that changed the world, right? The Battle of San Jacinto.
He's the historian here, much more of a history buff than me. Oh, and by the way, kids, if you're watching or you have kids, you have to take Texas history if you move here,
Didn't Mom always say that she thought that everyone in the country took Texas history? I'm like, in Delaware, they probably took Delaware history, not Texas history, Mom. She's very Texan. So, but anyway, yeah, so San Jacinto, it's an awesome, day out, especially, like you said, if you like even the Alamo in San Antonio, that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's you can feel it there. It's an awesome place to go with your family and just feel the rich history of Texas. And kind of the things.
And you can go up. You can take the elevator up in the monument, and I've heard there's an observation deck out of the top. So it's definitely a really cool architectural landmark here.
Yeah, it was made a historical landmark in 1960. From what I hear.
Way to go, Bret.
Yeah, because there's no notes anywhere around. That's off the top. I know this.
Okay, so not too far away is the actual birthplace of Texas, which happens to be Deer Park. And the reason for this, the reason it's known to be the birthplace of Texas, is because after the Battle at San Jacinto, this is actually where the treaty was signed declaring Texas's independence from Mexico. So Deer Park is located just east, like right off 225, actually south of 225, and it's a great place too to go out with a family. They have, I even saw this, you can have like a, not a drive-in movie, but they call it a dive-in, where you just actually can go sit in your chairs and watch movies outdoor with your family, which I think is perfect, especially given the time that we're living in. There's like golf courses, restaurants, shopping, you know.
And it's also the birthplace of, drumroll,
what?
Andy Pettit.
Oh, there you go. Shout out to Andy.
Professional baseball player, played for the Astros,
That's
Yankees. Right. A little bit more known for his work of his Yankee, those Yankee days. But he did play in Houston, so we claim him and we love him. He's
that's
Deer Park.
a good stat, Bret. That's really good.
Yep.
Okay,
I did know that one.
Okay, so next up we have the Fred Hartman Bridge, which whenever I think about going to Baytown, right? Not that I go to Baytown all the time. You think, wow, I'm going to pass over this beautiful, iconic bridge, and it spans what freeways? Oh, 146. So it covers a little over 2 miles of what we know is 146 here, and it's a beautiful drive-in, isn't it?
Yeah. And it gives you just crazy views of Houston Ship Channel.
Yes.
Again, another field trip, the Ship Channel tour on a boat. That's cool as hell down there. You get on the boat and look. Yeah. There's so much activity in our port. I think it's 46 miles. The Ship Channel is like 46 miles long. And I mean, talk about the east side of Houston, and we talk about jobs.
Yes.
Jobs. You look at just the amount of tonnage that comes through that port, and the oil and gas industry.
Hey, that was next on our list. So this is a perfect segue to Port of Houston.
Okay.
Look at you. You're just so on the ball. Sorry. Yeah. So there's so much tonnage. I don't even know. It's a ridiculous amount.
1 jillion tons. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I think the port. There's one port that has more dollar amount in the country. I can't remember which port. It might be LA. Yeah, and even one of the ones in the on the East Coast, dollar amount wise, but I don't think anything rivals the tonnage in the actual amount of things that are coming into the country than the port of Houston.
Right. It's great for international trade, and a ton of people live out here. And typically, I would say if you're living east side, you're probably working in the Ship Channel, Channel View area, Port of Houston. And I would say, just from a real estate perspective, because we are realtors here, I would say you could probably get a little bit more home for the money than you can in other areas. Would you say so?
Yeah, prices soften a little bit further east you get of downtown. Right here, you wouldn't even want to look at the price per square foot of some of these townhomes and condos, and it's the gentrification of this area in the last 5-7 years has really been taking off. But do we consider Pasadena?
Yeah.
Okay, because Pasadena, I think, has a population around 120,000. Don't quote me here, but it's one of the bigger kind of cities around. Like, I think it might be the biggest surrounding city as far as population. And I venture to guess that a lot of those people are working in the east side, either the Ship Channel, Port of Houston, and the oil and gas. It is heavy down here, especially in that quadrant of the city of Houston.
Nice tie-in, Bret. Okay. And the other thing I would say, if you're going to be heading that far out east and you haven't even been to Louisiana before, just wanted to give all of our friends in Lake Charles and New Orleans a little shout out, because Lake Charles, I would say, is about approximately 2.5 hours east.
How slow are you driving? I can make it
slower than you, apparently.
Okay, from right here, about 150 to 2.
Okay, I was being a little conservative. So if you want to get away, maybe go gamble at a casino one weekend, I'm just saying you could do that. And then if you want to get to New Orleans, I would say 6 hours?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
5 or 6 hours. So if you have a hankering for beignets from Cafe Du Monde, we're not too far away.
We're getting real far east in this video. we're going to end up in Shanghai before we're all said and done here. Okay, yeah, so Alabama, Gulf Shores is really nice this time of year. Destin, just kidding. But yeah, East Houston has a lot to offer, and like you said, it's affordable. There's a lot of jobs, so have no fear. If you're coming to Houston and working on the east side, there's plenty of housing and a lot of options for you.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us this week. If you haven't already, please go ahead and get our email address and our phone number below. Don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for putting up with the road noise. We're literally on set today, just on location. Like you said, make some comments.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. We appreciate all the looks.